election integrity and voter trust, are those two synonymous terms?
Those overlap, but they are not synonymous. We can have low trust and high confidence. We can have high confidence or low confidence and high trust. They don't necessarily correlate, but generally they do. So I could say that drinking antifreeze is delicious, and it doesn't mean it's good for me. So we have to be very careful about the differences in what is real integrity, what is actually operating behind the scenes versus our confidence in that. I think most of us in the room remember 2008 and watching our financial economy and markets melt down. And for years, we were promised that, oh, these credit default swaps, they're safe. They're complex, sophisticated systems. You, the average person, can't possibly understand them. Only we can. And it turns out that no, common sense people like us understood it better, knew it was garbage. And that system imploded on itself in a dangerous and nearly existential way. And I think there are a lot of parallels with our election system, that where we see vulnerabilities, we should work immediately to secure them. It doesn't mean that our process is broken. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't trust it, but it means we have to do the hard work, the necessary work of securing that. So to go back to the question about trust versus confidence, think about the time that you would have taken a new home, a new apartment, new house, new condo. One of the first things we're supposed to do is change the locks, right? Now, just because somebody had access to that before, doesn't mean they're going to come back and use their old key, rob your contents, but they could. It's a vulnerability that a reasonable person would try to secure. And that's the process that we have in our elections. We have an agency, VSTOP, that has a limited mandate to inspect or audit itself. And that conflict of interest alone should give us concern or pause for concern. And even most recently, our current Secretary of State, Ms. Holly Sullivan, was the vice chair of the GOP, the political party in Indiana, for nearly a year during her first time in office. So during that time, she had a dual mandate to the GOP, to her political party. Her mandate was to elect as many people of her party as possible. And in the Secretary of State's office, had a mandate to we the people to ensure free and fair and equal elections. Well, those two things in my mind, maybe I'm not smart enough, but in my mind, that means that's a conflict, a natural conflict of interest. So anytime we have a conflict of interest or imbalances in our checks and balances, those are the things I look to secure and rebalance and make more equal.